Right now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you someone who will become our next congressman from CD2. Make no mistake about it. Mark Amodei is a native Nevadan. He served as an assistant United States attorney and assistant post judge advocate in Maryland, Texas, and Utah. He was awarded the Army Achievement Medal, the Army Commendation Medal, and the Meritorious Service Award. Mr. Amodei was also a Nevada Assemblyman named Outstanding Freshman Legislator for the 69th session. Most recently, he stepped down as chair of the Nevada Republican Party. That's why we have Amy Tarkanian. And was elected by the Nevada Republican Central Committee to run in the special election for CD2, and the Nevada Supreme Court backs that process. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very proud to present to you the next congressman from Congressional District 2, Mr. Mark Amodei.
Thank you, Alan, and thank you, CLC, for your invite today. I need to get some administrative things out of the way first. First and foremost, thank those of you who were involved in the Republican Party Central Committee process in Sparks last month for your support. I want to thank those of you who were Greg Brower supporters for supporting a quality guy who after those results were done, promptly got on board behind getting behind someone to make CD2, Dean Heller's former seat, make that continue to be something that's red. I do want to put one thing to rest, however, though, and that is I did not call former Congressman Heller a quitter when it came to filling out his term and taking his Senate appointment. I think we've got the best candidate going up there, and I'm excited to hopefully be part of that process with him and looking forward to the 2012 cycle. But first things first, we have a special election. Early voting starts the last Saturday in August. We're drinking from a fire hose, but it's a good thing to be doing. Much rather be doing that than not. And so I want to remind you of a couple things because it's going to be a fairly fast-paced 60 days. And I would submit to you that Republicans are people who are fact-driven. We kind of keep going back to these things called facts. And I think it was Ronald Reagan that coined the phrase, facts are stubborn things. And so as we get wrapped up in all the this, that, the other sort of thing, who's doing what to who, spinning to the right, spinning to the left, I just kind of want to remind you and ourselves of a few facts as we go into this cycle. First one, there is no analysis which concludes that the federal government is too small in America. Are there any fact checkers out there? Anybody want to call me out on that? Number two, the Constitution is still the supreme law of the land. But I don't know what to tell you. But I will also tell you this, because a lot of times we wring our hands and we lament, and it's like, well, this was reported this way and this was reported that way, and I see many close personal friends who can't say enough good things about me in the media back there, and it just embarrasses me to no end. But I will tell you this, our path to success is in direct communication with Republicans and independents and Nevada Democrats in this state. It is in direct communication. We are responsible for that message. If your communication strategy relies upon somebody else delivering the message, then I would submit to you, you have a flawed communication strategy. The challenge is to go out with direct contact, with direct mail, with direct media, with all of those things, with networks, through the clubs, through the central committees, and get that grassroots voter turnout up there where it needs to be. Because at the end of the day, when you talk about the United States Senate being within 3 seats of Harry Reid becoming the minority leader, or something along those lines for the rest of his career, when you talk about taking that edge that presently exists in the House with Joe Heck and his colleagues and increasing that. And you talk about changing the occupant of the White House to get things back on track in terms of prudent fiscal policy, prudent insurance and healthcare policies, fixing the problems that need to be fixed. And it boils down to basically two things when you're talking about asking for a legislative job. Two things that probably ought to be the center of that. First thing, read the bills. Number two, tell the truth. In this present environment of political drama where if you vote this way, the world is going to come to an end as we know it, the voters of Nevada are smarter than that. The voters of Nevada look into the facts. So these one-line things of, well, if you do this, then everybody over the age of 65 is going to die a horrible death instantly next Tuesday, is simply not credible. So, I will say this. Look out for those folks who read the bills and tell the truth and remember who they work for. And that's the folks who gave them the job. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come talk. We'll look forward to seeing you all in the next 60 days. God bless you guys. Mark Amodei, ladies and gentlemen, our next congressman from CD2.